Are you thinking about moving to West Hartford, Connecticut, and wondering what fun summer activities there are to do with your family here? Or maybe you're newer to town and you're, again, wondering what you can do with the family. Well, there is no shortage of summer fun here, from pools, parks, places to eat. There is an abundance. So I'm going to cover some of my favorites or some of the, great places I've heard friends and past clients enjoy in town, just to share a couple options of things people around here like to do in the summertime, give you a better lay of the land in terms of summer fun. So before I get into it, if the video is helpful, click subscribe. That's one of the ways that help get these videos out to people like you who are want to gain more information on town. And again, don't be shy. If you have questions, we get calls, texts, emails all the time from people watching these videos, and we are always happy to help. So I wrote down a little list. First thing I wrote down, places to eat. Gastro Park. It's newer. It's off New Britain Ave, kind of towards the Newington side of town, and it's cool because it's a little food truck park where you can eat outside on picnic tables, have some different food truck options. They also do have like a bar and a coffee area inside, but anytime we're talking summer, if you can get outside, get a little vitamin D while you eat, I think that's a win-win. So Gastro Park is one great place to eat. And I would say in the center, there's so many options. There's a lot of outdoor seating in the center. A lot of restaurants will put tables on the sidewalk. So just walking through, I know a lot of people like to go down there, walk, grab a coffee, or kind of browse restaurants to see where they want to eat. It's always a fun thing to do and a great way to enjoy the summer in terms of eating. The next thing I wrote down are pools. I mean, when we're talking summer, we want to stay cool, right? And there are a lot of options in terms of swimming. So, one of the public parks is called Fern Ridge Park. You can go down there if you're a resident and use the pool. There's a small fee they charge to go in, like on a per day basis. Or you can use like their splash pad or their park itself. Obviously you can just go down there and use that without a cost. But it's a great way to just enjoy the outdoors is Fern Ridge Park. Another thing I wrote down is there is the JCC Swim Club. This is something you pay for like yearly. You can do it for the summer, and it's an outdoor pool, and they have like a snack shack there, a little playground. So it's a good way if you want a little more private pool area. Some other options. There's some great golf clubs. The Hartford Golf Club, Wampanoag Golf Club, they do social memberships where you have access to the pool area if you're looking for something a little more private. Winding Trails is a great outdoor lake. This is actually in Farmington, but it's somewhat close to the West Hartford line. So this is a place that actually will pull from all over, not just West Hartford, but people in a lot of the surrounding towns will go to Winding Trails. It's also a membership. There is a waiting list here, but the cool thing is, you can bring guests if you are, a member. So this is a great place to enjoy the outdoors in more of a lake, beachy feel versus a pool. They have play escapes, they have basketball courts. So it is definitely a cool spot and worth jumping on the waiting list if you have a young family there. Great for the summer. Another thing I wrote down is playground. So way back, when I first started the channel, I actually had my kids rank the playgrounds in the area. And their favorite was Jonathan's Playground. It's outdoors off of the JCC. And it's, they've got all types of cool stuff there, newer equipment, well cared for. It's always pretty busy, I will say, because it is a popular playground. But young children really love Jonathan's Playground. So that is great to, when the weather's nice, to enjoy that space. Next thing I wrote down is, if you're not a pool person and you love beaches, there is no beaches in West Hartford per se, but one of my favorite things about the location is you are in great proximity to some, really great beaches. So Rhode Island, depending on what beach you're going to, they have, bigger waves up there. That you're 2 hours away from just a wide variety of beaches. Watch Hill is about an hour and a half. They have great waves there. It's small town, but and again, does get pretty crowded if you're going on like a weekend. But you're about an hour and a half away from that beach, which is one of our personal favorites. And then if you're going to go 2 hours, it really opens up the window in terms of other options. If you want to stay in Connecticut, we're about an hour away, from Hammonasset, state beaches, or some of the local beaches in Old Saybrook, Old Lyme. You're about an hour away from those places, maybe 50 minutes, depending on where you're going, which part of town. So if you're not a pool person, there's great proximity to beaches. If you want to go in the other direction, you're 4 to 5 hours to most of the New Jersey beaches, which are also a little step up as well in terms of waves and sand, etc. So you're driving distance to all those places. So you do have a lot of great beach options as well. I think when you put it all together, between the beaches, the pools, the outdoor eating and dining, there's a lot to do here that you're in great proximity to. The last thing I wrote down is some of these great ice cream places we enjoy. If your family's like ours, it's fun to go grab some ice cream in the summertime. So there are so many different ice cream shops in the vicinity. There's a Ben and Jerry's in the center. There's a Milk Craft in the center. Couple, places that are a little further out that are not in West Hartford that are great spots that people like to drive to. Jay Foster's in Avon is a good spot. And our family's personal favorite is Dom's, which is also a great coffee shop. They make great ice cream too. One of the reasons we like to go there is they're always rotating the flavors and it's really good quality. So it's a cute little setup inside, a nice place to sneak off and have ice cream. So there's really so much to do here in the summer. If you're a resident and you think I missed something, drop it in the comments. Let's make a list here for people that are looking for things to do and make it fun. And if you have questions, you want to dive into more specifics, again, we're always happy to talk. My team and I get calls all the time from people watching these videos. Hope it helps, and most importantly, I hope you have a great summer.